Thunk. Alrighty, ready. So here's the deal. Yeah. You would think I would have remembered how to do this by now, but apparently I haven't. So welcome to the channel, as always. I am your friendly neighborhood TehPatch, and we're just gonna, hang out, play some tunes. Maybe like write a little bit. Actually, we're probably gonna plan to write because yeah, I don't have anything ready to go beyond covers, and apparently that's frowned upon. So let's do a couple things here. One, all sorts of fun. Uh, well, actually, let's walk through what we got on the screen, and get a couple things up and running. First, we're gonna go to my millions and millions of plugins, which is why my shit takes forever to run. I'm a huge fan of Easy Mix, and so we're just gonna run Easy Mix. We're gonna set up first basic guitar setting here. Guitar, basic guitars. Um, Literally, basic, just the songwriter's tools. Gives it a little. Let's see if I can. You got the grandpa guitars. Versus, we'll turn it off real quick. Honestly, it actually sounds better with it off. That's weird. Oh, I'll bet you it's because it's an insert. Yeah, it's an insert. That's why. We'll just go ahead and do acoustic in small room. There we go. There we go. Turn down our monitoring a little bit. And let's give my vocals a little voiceover work here. Let me just say voiceover. Oops. Voice over. And every time I'm hitting my spacebar, it's wanting to fire. All right. Vocals over. There we go. Voiceover, male one. Cool. All right. Glorious. Wonderful. Great. Grand. So let's talk about what we got going on here. Like I said, not gonna be playing video games tonight. We're gonna jam out. We're gonna try to write a little bit of a tune. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but it is what it is. My setup right now, I'm running Rocket 5s. They're fucking amazing. I absolutely love them. I got a great deal on them used, and I think the guy before me, I'm not really sure what his deal was. He just said he never had the greatest of success, and I'm kind of wondering if maybe it was just a matter of whatever he was powering them with wasn't the greatest. I actually run a Focusrite 18i20, which is a long rack mount system, and it's got a whole bunch of inputs. So pretty much I can do whatever I need to do. I've got my drum kit mic'd up over there a little bit, and you can see a couple of the, there's just a couple basic Shure microphones that I'm using as overhead mics, because realistically when I'm playing drums, it's to get scratch ideas. I'm by no means a fantastic drummer. Anybody who's actually seen any of my YouTube videos of me playing drums, it's definitely not a pretty sight. We are going to be using the trusty Ibanez AE something. AEF. I got this a long time ago, probably about 10 years ago. 10 years? Yeah, 10 years ago now. And I'm not a shill for Ibanez. I just happen to really like Ibanez's stuff. I've got the Blue Demon over there. I'm just a fan. They just make good good guitars. I don't really know what else to say about them. But anyway, yeah. So what I typically when I'm writing stuff, and it doesn't happen very often, right? I usually have to get like a burr up my ass to sit down and actually go through and write whatever. I like to start off with just some sort of chord progression, and I think one of the cool there's a website. Let me see if I can pop it up real quick. Maybe will it show? I can switch out the windows. It's no big deal if we have to. Guitar chord progressions. Bloop, 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 bloop. Auto chords. That's what it is. It is autochords.com. I'm thinking, yeah. So basically, my knowledge of music theory is 0 to none. The best thing I can do is, if you tell me to play a C chord, I can play a C chord. Tell me to play G, D, and then all of a sudden we break out into Freebird. Something like that. Actually, Freebird might have an F. Play Freebird, yeah. So what's cool about this is basically you just kind of choose how you're feeling. There's the endless chord progression, which I think is the thing for canon and D, which it's one of those things where you just keep on playing it over and over and over. So actually, let's go ahead and start with endless, and we'll put it in key of D. And what'll happen here is, let's see if I can show you this window. Can I add another window real quick? Add window capture. Chrome. Yeah, cool. So I'll just show you this real quick. The idea here being, like I said, this is all your. Oh, it's not showing you the drop down, but we'll flip through it real quick and go alternative. Sit here. So we'll start off with endless. We're gonna keep it in the key of D. Again, it's not showing you the drop down windows for where I probably has security reasons, but then you do like D sharp, D flat, D major, minor, and you'll see basically the list of chord progressions here. So this endless progression in the key of D is actually D, B minor, E minor. So I can see where that would end up, going into the endless kind of. But the cool thing is, since if you don't know music theory, it'll actually tell you all the chords in the key. So in this case, you got D, E minor, F sharp major. I think that's F sharp major. That's definitely an F sharp. No, I'm sorry, that's F sharp minor. F sharp major would be this. G, A, B minor, and C sharp diminished. Does it actually show you how to play these? It just tells you what they are. C sharp, E, and G. So that would be C sharp would be this. And E would be. So D sharp, E. So C sharp, E, and then G. So E, B, G. So I guess technically that's C sharp diminished, but I don't really hear that. That doesn't sound right to me. So the next thing that we usually do is we just go ahead and say, if I run into something that I don't know, C sharp diminished chord. Look at that. 4th fret. So I was right here. Here. I hate fingering these weird ones. still sounds jank. Plus, it's actually. Anyway, the idea here is that we're not going to use that chord anyway. We're probably not going to do this progression, but we're not even going to use this progression anyway. But fuck it, why not? So the let's see, we've got these alternative items here. So we can go here. Cool. So we got kind of a bass going on. Actually, I wasn't going to use this progression, but maybe we will. Alright, we'll use this progression. So what we'll do next, so I'll just memorize it. Hide this. Oops, somewhere around here. Alright, we'll put it in the back for right now. So we got that. What was it next? A sharp? G, E minor, A minor, C. It sounds like we're going to be rocking out a little pop ditty tonight. So first things first in Reaper, realistically what you want to do is anytime you're dicking around with something like that, I try to get my tempo as close as I want. Now with this, the nice thing is we're going to probably just be playing in 4/4. Typically my stuff is like it's going to be in like 7/8, and then the beats per minute are going to go all over the place just because it is what it is. It's I'm usually playing progressive or progressive music of some sort. So nice little tap thing. So if we just hum it out, bump ba da bump ba dum ba da bump ba bum. So it's telling me 8 or 82. I'm a little bit OCD, not really, but yes. So we'll just tell it 80. It makes it a little bit easier. That way when we're programming drums and all that fun stuff later, everything comes out easy. So we'll go ahead and get our metronome settings here. Now I don't do metronome in playback, and I'll do here, and I'll do a count in. You're not actually seeing all these settings here, but it would be under options, metronome pre-roll, and then metronome pre-roll settings. So you can see it there. I don't know why it's not showing you guys what I'm seeing, but it's not. Yeah, make sure. So run metronome during recording, count in before recording, count in measures 2. Yeah. So we will go ahead and I'm going to actually do the mouse wheel down to get, here's 1 bar, here's 2 bars, or measures, depending on what you want to call them, 3 measures, 4 measures. And at least I do everything in measures. I'm not really a huge fan of, you can actually, Jesus, you can't see any of this stuff, which kind of sucks, but you can, under this window here, you can actually set it up to do measures or time. I think actually I've got it set up to do both, yeah. First measure, and then here's the time. So we'll go ahead and, so we've got, now that I forgot the chord progression, G, E minor, A minor, C. Cool. Oops. All right, but that's fine. So first things first. Typically when I'm recording, I'll actually have this microphone uh, aimed at the guitar as well. Nice things, you get both the electric input, which is somewhere around there. You get the electric input, and then you get that nice acoustic overtone, which is kind of slick. I like hearing both. But in this case, we'll just go back. Alright, and the nice thing here is because I screwed up that middle part, or that second playthrough, what we'll just do is we'll do split items, which that's right click and then the letter S, and then we can delete that, and little copy pasta. Same thing as any Control C, Control V. Little copy pasta, and we've got 2 bars here. Cool. And we'll check and make sure that the transition doesn't sound too wonky. And you can tell it sounds terrible. So we are not going to be doing no copy pasta there. I'm guessing when I played the 2 together, or when I started out, I usually hit the first chord like really, really fucking hard. So I'll try it again. If anybody follows Ola England, he's got a really great video where he just explains how he does his solos, and it's funny to actually see everything break down to the point where like you actually see how many times stuff has to be re-recorded, because it is what it is. I mean, we're all human. We fuck up a lot. So, yeah. And I'm stopping that because I actually heard myself go off time with the metronome. So let me see if that tempo is right. Bum 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 bum. You know what? It's actually closer to 90. So the nice thing is, since we're starting off here, changing your tempo in the middle of a project is kind of fucked up. Don't do it. I mean, you can, but yeah, let's up the tempo a little bit, and maybe that'll help us out. All right. Delete this again because we don't need it. Cool. Now again, we're going to go ahead and, because I'm going to loop this for a minute, I just want to see how it sounds going forward. Not as bad because there's I wasn't trying to loop at an awkward spot. I actually intended to end there, so it doesn't sound quite as bad. But normally I would say I would not accept that. I'd just be like, no, screw this. And re-record it. But since we're just dicking around, we're writing, we're fucking around, having fun. We're having fun. We're friends, right? We're having fun. We'll go with that. So next we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw in some drums here. And I think, oh, excuse me. I think what we'll do is maybe like I don't know that I want a full drum kit. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we got like just something like percussive. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just flipping through what I have here. Nah. I almost want that to be a brush. So let me change that to like a... Change that to brush hits instead. What I really love to have is like, I think they're called like cajones or something like that. I think it would just be fun just to, you know, kind of jam on something like that. So, let's see if we got just, you know, nah. That's more like a kind of a train beat. I'm thinking... Okay. Now we just fill this in over and over and over again. So we're in the interest of writing right now. We're not programming drums and all that fun stuff. That kind of crap comes later. So doesn't really fit at all. So we'll delete that and we start again. Figure out what the difference is between these. Okay, so that first one is actually the Ice Ice Baby joke, like dun 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 da da dun dun. No, it's actually got the dun, or the second one here actually has like an open hi-hat splash at the end. So that's the difference. We'll try this one. I like that little open hi-hat splash at the end. I think it's tasteful. Oh, man. All right, so cool. I actually like that. So what I'm going to do now, and like I said, this is my personal preference. Now that I've got like a drum beat that kind of matches, and this may seem tedious because it really is, but I typically like to actually play with the drums. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and actually we're going to turn off the loop because we don't need it. Cool. Cool. I'm digging it. So we'll go ahead and just listen to the last part of it because I just want to see or listen to how it transitions over. Might help if I remembered to hit the loop. Alright, so let's actually go through a couple things here because you can actually see it. And this is what actually got me into recording. More the science behind it than the actual music theory. You can look at the waveform up here, and I think we can actually. Let's see if I can expand the waveform a little bit. So you can kind of tell, like I said, a couple minutes ago, I said when I first start playing the riff, you can see the waveform is actually a little bit heavier than if we go down back. Nope, did that again. Through this second time. Let's see if it lets me. Yeah, you can see zooming in, the waveform actually gets lighter and lighter, which that's totally on me. That's what that just means is that I'm sitting up here playing. My strumming is not consistent, so just something to be cognizant of because we're gonna have to record it again. Un momento, por favor. All right, cool. You can actually see when I'm looking through this, I mean, I can already tell the waveform looks much more uniform. I am a little bit concerned. Yeah, 5 out of 8 would play again. I'm a little bit concerned about this front waveform here because you can actually kind of tell just it's a little bit jacked up. So, but for writing purposes, we'll just leave it as it is. So, Fran, welcome to the channel. I'm just digging around, working on like a pop song, for lack of a better word, just because it's late at night and I've got nothing better to do. And playing video games just doesn't seem to be on the agenda for the evening. So, yeah, all sorts of fun. So we got a couple options we can do next. We could try harmonizing with this with the acoustic, which might not be a bad idea, or we can move over to like throwing some sort of pop line over the top, like electric guitar wise. So I'm trying to think. Let's go ahead and play it back real quick and see if I just. I'm trying to think of what else would go over the top of that. Every punk song ever. So yeah, I think that's going to actually sound a whole lot better on electric. So 1 second, let me grab my electric. One of many. Totally love the death metal evil skull strap thing that I got going on, and we're recording a pop song. Because it is what it is, and that's how I like to roll. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add another track. Not going to record that one. We will do this one. Another easy mix track. And we're probably going to look for some sort of pop guitar. Cool. Except this gives us a quick little tutorial on what not to do. If you look at the oh, it was already there. Our levels here. Yeah, don't do that because I'm like half plucking. I'm almost already pegging the meter out. I have this constant thing that I keep on forgetting. On the 18920, all my gain knobs are actually independent per channel. So I leave myself on the same channel that I was recording the acoustic on, and what happens? So I'll turn that down. The other nice thing is the 18920 has its own own meter on it as well. So probably get myself a little bit more gain. There we go. And cool. That might be a little bit too much noodly crap going on in the background there, so not bad. Okay, I can deal with that. It's only got a little bit of reverb, and it's got like a slight tape delay on it. So what we'll do is we'll play this back, and we've got it looping, and we'll see what we come up with. Actually, note for mixing purposes, we've got, well, first of all, let's name our tracks. Acoustic. I am like the most disorganized recording studio guy ever. We'll call this electric guitar lead. And then down here, we'll go ahead and we'll say, what do we want to? The reason I'm turning this back is just so I can hear myself play a little bit more. So let's say -4 decibels. That's not bad. So this is one of those moments where knowing music theory would probably help, but because we don't have that luxury, and also we have our guitar in drop D. Also out of tune a little bit. Check it out. Not too bad. There she blows. Something's still out. just sounds bad, but that actually I've actually had the worst worst luck with this guitar. I played a gig a little over a year ago, I think at this point. Problem number one is I live in the South, so heat and humidity is always a problem here, but this thing just went out of tune left and right, which I think is actually a byproduct of Fenders in general. So I went ahead and I installed, or had the Fender locking tuners actually put on it, but it's still, it is what it is, man. A little bit better. Not great, but it will suffice. This down just a little bit more, so we're going to go 6 on that. Actually, I want to go down more, damn it. Let's go So, for a moment there, I actually heard Ziggy Stardust, which is kind of why I paused it. So we've got. I'm trying to think of where we are as far as keys go. Nope. Nope. Probably play this up here if you want to see it closer. Nope. We're awfully close to the E major pentatonic, I think, which is up here. Nope. That's like the lower part of it, but it is what it is, so we'll try this again. I actually think I want a little bit more. Not enough. What I'm looking for is like a little. I want a little cut. So another thing that usually have to do. So if I'm sitting here, so saying so a lot. There's a note that I want after here, but I'm not hearing it. Like when I play, logically you would go, but I'm not hearing that note. And that's kind of bugging me. So. Like I said, I'm almost hearing Ziggy Stardust in this, but it's not. It's almost like I want to go to the root of that last. So if we go through our chord progression again, like I said, everything is going to always go back to our chord progression, which started off with G, E. I'm sorry, G, E minor, A minor, C. So I kind of want to go somewhere in that C realm. So we've got a C would be here. So this would be back to our C. So let's try that. So ideally that's where we want to end up, and now we need something between there. So if we go no. Hey, how about the Star Spangled Banner? Oh man. So let's see, where do we want to go from there? Keeping in mind what else we can play in our key here. So we've got so if this is a C, what comes before? Okay, so we can sit here and say maybe. Alright, so now that we have that's an idea. Let's see. Let's pick out the pop again. Maybe we need to stay out of that. Like I said, I just want a basic. That's actually a cool effect, but we're not going to use that. Too much gain. That's going to be more like a 60s rock kind of feel. I don't think I want that. I'm not even sure like how. Well, maybe this. Way too much. Way too much. Okay, maybe. Let's see. All right, so I like the note's good, tone bad. Note's good, tone bad. All right, let's try this one. that's where we needed to go. We needed so that A is that right. So this is still am just not loving that whatchamacallit, that tone for there. I almost wonder if I'm not if it's the tone I'm not enjoying or if it's the particular guitar in this case. But I don't know. I mean, we could switch maybe over to a Les Paul. Maybe let's try it on the middle pickup here. For posterity's sake, since we talked about the Ibanez. Strat, made in Mexico. Hum single. It's the made in Mexico pickups. The only real changes I've made to this guitar is I put on the locking tuners. Just because, like I said, you kind of have to. So let's try it on the middle pickup. Give it like a couple bars to kind of get going. Cool. So we've got our like let's call that intro solo for lack of a better word. I'm still not married to that tone, but at least we've got something here. So we'll go ahead and turn off the looping, and what we'll do is we're just going to record that little part on this second deal here. I went way too early on that. Maybe it might be better if we just go ahead and... Alright, we're just going to do that. We'll go ahead and play, and then when I'm ready to give myself a little count, cool. Not bad. Not too bad. Again, we'll delete this. The only reason I've got to hold this on record is just because that's how OBS picks up music, or OBS picks up my microphone. So let's hear it. All right, so it's something to work with. Like I said, not my best piece of work. There's a song that I wrote a while ago called Acceleration, which one moment we can actually, well, let's save this real quick. We're gonna save it as something or other. What's the name of what are we gonna name it? I don't know. Acoustic Easter, because I'll remember what it was. And what we're going to do is we're going to open project. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, I know. I recorded that in a different program. That's why it's not coming up. All right. So what we'll do is we will. I think I can bring media file. One moment. Desktop. Music balances. We're gonna pull this song called Acceleration into here. The only reason I'm showing you this is because we're kind of gonna see where this ends up going. And then we can delete this track. So we will mute this. We're gonna mute this. We'll mute the Easy Drummer, and like I said, we'll go ahead and play this, and you guys should be able to hear it. Oops. If I started over at the beginning, maybe. So the idea here is you can still hear that drum beat kind of kicking in the back. And keep in mind this song has been mixed and all that fun stuff. But it's that same general. We've got the acoustic going, but we've got a little noodly noodly. Turn it down just a little bit.
Close my eyes, bracing for disaster when you put your hand on mine.
It's so happy and cheery. I can't remember like what my mood was when I originally recorded this, but the chorus is what I really like.
I should say that I'm sorry for falling for you. I should say that I'm sorry for the things that I do.
And after this, you're gonna kind of hear that. And then the idea was that it would actually go back into another kind of a acoustic, whatchamacallit, that's the word I'm going, kind of back into another, verse. Well, we've got the same, like I said, we've got the same general idea here, though. Just a little bit cheesier. So yeah, eventually we'll add vocals and all that other fun stuff, but until then, this is the writing process. And then unfortunately, usually at this point, I'll usually get burned out or something like that and be like, okay, what do I want to do now? I want to go write something else. I want to go awesome. I have like so many fucking snippets. It's just not even funny. There's still something bothering me about this guitar's tone. It's that G string. It's the G string. Yeah, there's just something jacked up. I'm thinking maybe the intonation might be off a little bit. In which case, we have a guitar tech for that. Also, I pick really hard. Like when I'm actually playing, I mean, this is just, you would think by now I would learn that, when I'm tuning, I should probably pick tuning the same rate of my playing. A little bit better. Yeah, all sorts of fun. So let's go ahead and we're gonna delete this because I already know how to play it, and we'll get back in and we're gonna record that one more time now that maybe the guitar will stay in a little bit of better tune. Psst, that sounded way better that time. So we'll delete this here. Cool. I really like that. So the next thing we'll do is we can sit here and we might be able to grab this snippet. I mean, also, I'm a huge fan of cutting and pasting when you can. So we'll do split that track there. And we're also going to hold it here, split it here, delete this end. Control C, Control V. And we're going to see how well this splits. So not bad at all. We'll extend out the drums just a little bit just to make sure. The nice thing about the drums is it's gonna kind of hide some of the inconsistencies as well. Just clean up this back end here. Cool. So that's gonna actually be like a really nice transition. So what did we learn tonight, boys and girls? Pretty much how to take 4 chords and make a coherent song out of them. Yeah. Got a lot of ums tonight, but it's late. It's cool. We're doing our thing, and we got somebody to say not bad, 5 out of 8. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually a Reddit joke. Either way. That stretch, though, look at that. That is stupid. That stretch indeed. So, yeah. By all means, when this hits YouTube, don't hesitate to ask me any questions about what I did. I know that for whatever reason, it's my copy of Reaper is, well, I think what's happening is OBS is only picking up like the active Reaper window, and it's not showing like the other stuff that's going on in the background, but it is what it is, so I apologize. With that being said, though, we're going to leave you with, what do I want to do? We're gonna just make this like fucking scream. We'll play the ending for a second here. We're just gonna make a yeah. Let's get a good nice lead here. Fucking screaming lead, right? So we're just gonna for shit. Just play a little bit. Ooh, too much bend. And that's the middle right there. The middle. Yeah. Oh, all sorts of fun. Anyway, as always, it's been fun hanging out with you. Like I said, and not oh man. It is late at night, so I do apologize. It's about almost midnight here. So just to kind of go over what we did tonight, checked out that AutoChords website. So if you guys are struggling, just coming up with something basic, definitely give that website a check. The nice thing is, it pretty much covers every, one of your basic styles, like whether you want some sort of alternative rock, whether you're, wanting the cheesy, I think they call it cliche. Let me double check real quick. I'm pretty sure they call it cliche. Because they call it cliche C. So that's going to be your... Literally, that's why they call it cliche, because it's every song you've ever heard, ever, and ever. Don't stop believing. I think you can check out a band. I think they're called like Axis of Awesome. They do like literally using those 4 chords pretty much every pop song you've ever heard. It's actually kind of cool, but that's besides the point. Let's see, what else do they got? Creepy, which is... I don't know why they call that. Maybe that might actually be a reference to... That might actually be more of a reference to Radiohead there. Let's see, grungy. I got Sad. Oops. That one they just have it riding double on G. I don't know why they really call that Sad. Probably because I have it in the major key. Let's have it so C minor. Like I said, I still don't know why they call that sad. It's really not that sad. 12 bar blues. Anyway, yeah. Autochords.com, great place to check out. And it looks like they actually have an app on the App Store, so want to write on the fly. Is what it is. With that being said, yeah. Flip through. Yeah, I don't actually want the metal stuff right now. Nearly endless amount of little tones to play with, which is one of the nice reasons why I really like Easy Mix. Just everything sounds good. Now, to be honest with you, if I decide to keep this as going forward, and I really want to do this, I'll go ahead and I'll do it appropriately. We'll mic up my Mesa. We'll write the drum lines and all that fun stuff. But when you're just trying to do scratch tracks and you're doing it as a solo musician, which by the way I don't recommend. If you the best way, or like I said, I'm stumbling over my words, so apologize. The greatest thing that you can do as a musician is play with other people. I found that when I'm actually just jamming with a group of guys, my level of playing, like if putting it in math terms, if x to the second power is me practicing on like a daily basis, just running through my scale progression, doing the when I'm actually playing with other musicians, forcing myself to kind of do what they do, work with them, that x to the second power probably becomes like x 3.5, if not x to the fourth. So play with other people. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Unfortunately, where I am, the scene of music that I really like to play is just not the greatest. But, maybe that's something that actually might work out in your favor. The last band I was in was a cover band for like 90s alt rock, and I fucking loved it while I was in it. I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is. Sometimes there's band drama. In my case, it was lead singer had some alcohol problems, and I'm just not all about that. Sucks, but like I said, I would never say that my time spent with them was a waste, because it totally was not. I mean, just forcing yourself even to get back to the basics, if it's nothing more than your 4-chord, being able to practice that with a real drummer, in real time, feeding off the other people's energy, it's crazy. Like how hearing the guitar by itself, hearing the guitar recorded with instruments, and then hearing it in a live setting, it's just 3 vastly different things. So takeaway from this evening: play in a band if you can. But other than that, like I said, check out the Autochords website. Do yourself a favor, take 4 chords and just rearrange them, do whatever you want. You're gonna get better that way. Play in a band, and yeah, we'll continue working on this little deal. We'll clean it up, and maybe we'll actually turn a full song out of it. Other than that, it's now midnight, and as I said, I've been jamming for a little bit. I hope you guys appreciate, or not appreciate. Appreciate's a shitty word. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I'm Patch, and you guys have been awesome. So take care, and we'll see you next time.